Oh my Lord, that looks so amazing. Crust is perfectly browned on the outside. Oh, this is going to be so delicious. All right, if you ever thought that some frozen vegetables that we're going to be using today cannot make the most delicious creamy breakfast, you're in for a treat. I got a couple techniques today to bring you into the world of my famous frozen vegetable egg bake or egg casserole. Some people want to call it a frittata, an egg souffle. There's all kinds of names, but I just call it egg bake. That's the old school name. And we're going to start with frozen vegetables. And the first thing we're going to do is get a cast iron skillet. If you have stainless steel, is fine. Make sure that you oil it pretty good on the bottom. If you're using non-stick, even better, no problem, okay? You also want to preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit because this is going to go in the oven for approximately 25 to 30 minutes, okay? The first thing that we're going to do, as we always do, is get our cast iron skillet with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil here. We want to make sure that this gets all around. And I've taken the frozen vegetables and I've strained them and gotten all the ice crystals off. And this is approximately 2 pounds. Just so you guys know, I know this is something that I even found today and I was like, I need to explain this because this can get crazy. So anyway, some of those small bags of frozen vegetables, they say 14 ounces, which is 2 ounces shy of a pound. So I have 2 bags, so it's basically 2 pounds, but a little under. Okay, so if you go to the store and you see it 14 ounces, don't freak out. Just get 2 bags. It's fine. Okay, so that's basically what I have here, and I've strained them really, really well because we do not want the excess water to interfere with our custard that we're going to make. That's going to make this egg bake so creamy and delicious. So strain really, really well, and then we're going to immediately get them into our cast iron skillet, like so. And I want to immediately hit it with some salt and cracked black pepper. Not just for seasoning, but as I've mentioned to you before, sodium will actually start to help release the salt. Release the water that's in all vegetables, raw or frozen. And that's what we want. And then the heat is on high right now. And what that's going to do is it's going to reduce any of the excess water that is going to be coming out of these vegetables. I want you to come in here and look, and you can see all the water still coming out. So we're going to cook these down. And you almost want to get some brown color on these as well. We want to cook these down nicely until the water is completely and totally evaporated. So I want to turn the heat down to a medium, like so, and just kind of let them do their thing. I'm going to turn this handle around so I can work on the other side. While these vegetables are getting nice color and they're getting the water taken out of them, that's exactly what we want, let's start making our base and our custard. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is a couple of real techniques that I want to talk to you about today that make this the creamiest vegetable casserole, souffle, egg bake ever. The first thing is we're going to start off with 1/2 a cup of heavy whipping cream and 1/2 a cup of half and half. And as you guys know, anytime you see me using measuring utensils, you know I'm baking something. Because when you bake, you definitely want to make sure that you're pretty precise. Because otherwise, once it's in and you can't get it back out. All right, here is my first real big aha moment chef trick that makes this just unbelievable. And before I get to that, let's just stir these a little bit more. You can see how that's reducing down. That's what we're looking for. So let's keep these going a little bit longer. They're doing great. So now, here is the first chef trick. Cottage cheese. This is a huge bonus secret here. And we're going to put in 1/2 cup of cottage cheese. Now, we've got that in there. Before I do anything else, I want to incorporate that cottage cheese in with the cream and the half and half as much as possible. It's still going to be kind of lumpy, which is fine because that's cottage cheese. But at the final bake, it will bake itself in and keep it nice and moist, and that's what we're looking for. So that's your first real tip on how to get it super, super moist. All right. Now, the next step is we're going to be adding some of our seasonings. I'm going to be using garlic, basically about a teaspoon, or a half teaspoon rather, just like that. I'm going to be using some onion powder, same thing, about a half a teaspoon. And then here's the real secret, another big secret, some nutmeg. And you just want maybe not even just a couple of dashes. Really brings out all kinds of flavors. That nutmeg is fantastic. Now we're going to go ahead and add our eggs. For this recipe, I'm using 8 eggs. Right in like that. And let's bring this all together. You could use a hand mixer if you want. Perfectly fine. And then last but not least, we're going to do 1.5 teaspoons kosher salt. And just 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Just like that. All right. Now we'll let this sit for a minute while we concentrate again back to our veggies. Let's see how we're doing here. Look at that. See? Look at that. All that water is almost completely evaporated. Beautiful. All right. What we're going to do is I want to now introduce some Parmesan. Any kind is fine. You don't have to get the fresh Parmesan for this because it's all in a bake and it doesn't make that much of a difference. But just get some good Parmesan. And we're going to sprinkle a little bit on here, probably about a tablespoon. And that's going to pick up any of the excess water. And it's going to start building our crust. Another layer of flavor. All right. So we're going to let this go for about another 3 to 5 minutes, making sure that all of the seasonings are incorporated, that our Parmesan is all in there, getting incorporated, and if these veggies get a little darker, we're on a medium-low heat here, so nothing to worry about. When we come back, we'll add in our custard mix, we'll place it in the oven, and then we're on our way to the next step. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. All right, come on in here, and this smells amazing. That Parmesan, that layer of flavor with that Parmesan is really, really coming out nicely. But you can see the water is completely evaporated now, and that's what we want. So what I want to do now is I'm going to turn the heat completely off, okay? And now I'm going to add 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. You could use any kind of cheese that you want. You could use Monterey Jack. You could use, Swiss. Whatever really floats your boat is fine here. I like the cheddar, and I'm using a mild cheddar. If you wanted to use a sharp, that's even better. Give it a different outcome, but it's going to be fine. All right. So we have that custard made, and we're just going to even this out like so. And then inside, the heat is off, goes in our custard, just like that. And we just kind of make sure everything is evenly dispersed. You can already tell this is going to be something special, right? Just like that. And this will go into our oven, 375 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. I check it after about 25 minutes to see. Take a toothpick, put it in. If it comes out clean, you know you're good to go. When we come back, I'll show you how this came out. Always important to let it rest before we cut into it, so don't go anywhere. It's gonna be delicious. Be right back. All right, come on in here. Look at this. Oh my Lord, that looks so amazing. Crust is perfectly browned on the outside. Oh, this is gonna be so delicious. Wow. So what I like to do is just kind of remove it a little bit from the sides, just like so. Man, oh man. And then, let's go ahead and cut into this. This will feed definitely 4 people for sure. And leftovers are always delicious as well. Just like that. And then, let's see if we can get a piece out. And what I do is I want you to see just how beautiful that is. Wow. And we just place it down like that. And we have another piece. And we go like this. Oh my goodness. And then another piece. I mean, you take this to your table, people will be like, oh, this is brunch heaven. Or lunch with a nice, romaine salad with some fresh tomato. I think I can do one more. Just like so. Maybe move this one over a little bit. Put this one right like that. And nothing organized or fancy. You just want to make it look real good. Now, we talk a lot about layers of flavor, and there's lots of layers of flavor in this egg bake. But the one I don't talk enough about is what I call the finishing touches of layers of flavor. So sometimes a layer of flavor can be at the very end. That's what we've done here. I've chopped up some green onion and I've got some Parmesan cheese and I've mixed that together. And this is another layer of flavor. So when you bite into this, you're gonna get this on top and then you get the nice creaminess inside. And it just makes everything just come together so beautifully and so delicious. Oh, my Lord. Look at that. Let me just clean up a little bit. Make sure we got it not perfect, but pretty, right? Perfect doesn't exist, not in cooking, or not in anything, really. Look at that. Wow. There you have it, my friends. Frozen vegetable egg bake. The next time you've got some frozen vegetables in your fridge, you've got people coming over, staying over at the house, Airbnb, whatever the case may be, and you want to make some beautiful, delicious, creamy breakfast or brunch, do not forget about those frozen vegetables and some eggs and the creamy tricks I talked about, the half and half, the heavy cream, the cottage cheese. Don't forget about that. That was a huge, huge thing. And then finally, a little bit of nutmeg adds a bite that will just wow your palate all the way till the end. And then we finish it off with a mixture of some really, really fine diced green onion and some Parmesan cheese to sprinkle on top. Wow, unbelievable. Right here at Chef Brian's Kitchen, frozen vegetable egg bake in the oven, 375 degrees for 30 minutes. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Chef Brian's Kitchen. I can't wait to see you next time. I am Chef Brian, and until then, remember as always, eat well and stay healthy.